Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school, children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today. Today we will do a lesson in standard 5th EVS 2. The name of the lesson will be Introduction to EVS, and we will also do part of lesson number 1, that is what is history. Now before doing all this, let me introduce myself. My name is Shraddha teacher, and this year I will be teaching you EVS through the virtual class and these recorded videos. So children, today we are going to talk about what EVS 2 is and what all are you going to study as part of your EVS 2 textbook. So let us first take a look at our EVS textbook for this year. So this is the front cover page of your EVS textbook. Alright, now you can see some people on this cover. You can see a picture of certain people on this cover. And you can also see that there is a particular kind of background to this picture. So you will see how in the beginning we human beings were in the form of primates, or you can say monkeys. Okay? See, look at the image of the very early man. Look at the image of the arrow moving on the screen. So when this arrow moves on your screen, it means I want to show you something. Slowly and slowly we progressed. Now this person was totally bent. He was walking on all four limbs, and then slowly he started becoming erect. Not very erect in the beginning, but slowly and slowly and slowly he started becoming erect, isn't it? You will also see how he developed, how his personality developed. In the beginning, we hardly knew how to wear any kind of clothes. We had a lot of hair on our body, isn't it? Then slowly we came to the kind of people that we are today in the modern times. That means in this syllabus for this year in EVS 2, we are going to learn about how human beings developed, how we became the kind of persons that we are today. Okay, now let us look at the background to this image. You will see that these people are all living in caves. So can you see any house, or can you see a village, or can you see any building over here? These people, the pictures of these people are inside a cave. That means these people were cave dwellers. They were people who are from a very, very ancient part of our world. Alright, now let us take a look at the back cover picture of your textbook, which will tell you a little bit more about the life of these people. So look at this. You can see that the life has become a little better. Alright, so from the cave, so now they have small huts, and they are doing some kind of work also. They have animals around them, and they are doing a little bit of farming. So finally, what I want to tell you is, in this year, we are going to learn about how we came to be. And if you look at the name on your EVS textbook, that is the name of your textbook. How we came to be means how we became what we are today. So all these things we will be learning in the EVS textbook this year. Let's go on and look at what is this that we are learning. So we are learning about history, isn't it? All these things about the ancient human being, about the life of ancient human being, about how these people lived, what they ate, and what they wore, how they lived. All this is part of our history, and that is exactly the name of our first lesson. What is history. So what is history, children? History means understanding, studying the various things which are there around us. Okay, so you can see here, it's a skull of an ancient man, and someone is studying the skull. Can you see? You can see he's made use of a looking glass or a magnifying glass. Alright, so studying about ancient things is called as history. Let us try and understand something more about what is the past. When we say that history means studying the past, knowing and understanding about the past. Let us try in this picture to find out what is the past exactly. So, for understanding the past, we have to first understand what is now. So, which year are we in today, children? We are in the year 2020. Alright, so in 2020, we are in the month of June, and this, children, is our present today. Okay, whatever is happening now in 2020 is the present. Let us look at what is the future. What will happen tomorrow? The things which happen tomorrow, that is in 2021, or you can say even after that, is the future. So 2021 is the future, 2022 will be the future. Okay, today is Monday, so tomorrow, Tuesday, is also the future. Now let us come to the main point of our lesson. What is the past? Okay, so what is the past? Anything which happened before 2020, that is 2019, last year, when you were all in standard 4th. That is the past. Even 2018, when you were in standard 3rd, that is also the past. Okay, so when we study history, we study about the past. And why have we divided the time like this? It is for understanding, so that we can understand, we can tell someone. Okay, we all have got different names, isn't it? One child's name is Raju, someone else must be Rashmi, someone else must be Alka, someone else must be Jyoti. Okay, so these are all different people. We all have different names. Why do we have different names? For our convenience. In the same way, we have given names to time. Some part of the time we call it as the past, some part of the time we call it as the present, and some part of the time we call it as the future. We have done this for our convenience. Okay, so now let us try and understand what we will learn in history. What is history? So when we learnt about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj last year, it was about history. In the 4th standard, we learnt about the life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, isn't it? We also learnt that he was the person who established Swaraj in Maharashtra. We learnt about the rule of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. We also learnt about the coronation, the birth. We learnt about Shivaji Maharaj's teacher. We learnt about his mother. We also learned about a very important thing, that is how he established Swaraj in Maharashtra. Swaraj means Swarajya. Swa means my own, our own, and Rajya means rule, isn't it? So when we studied all these things, what were we doing? We were studying history. We were studying about the past. Okay, we were studying about what happened before today. Okay, So what is the past once again? In very simple terms, what is the past? Yesterday is the past. Okay? Yesterday. 6 o'clock in the morning today is the past. Now the time is around 10 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the morning is the past. A long time ago, that is Shivaji Maharaj's rule, was a long time ago. That is also the past. You got up in the morning today, that was also the past. When you were 4 years old, today you are 10 years old. When you were 4 years old, that was also the past. Okay? That means whatever happened before now is the past. So that is a very important thing. When you want to understand history, you have to understand what the meaning of the past is. Because when we learn history, we learn about what happened in the past. Now I have borrowed this image from your textbook, children, so that you get a better understanding. So if you look at this image, you will see that this is the present today. You are all 10 years old. You are all in the 5th standard. But look at the past, that is yesterday, or the time before today, or when you were born. All these things are in the past. Look at this. 10 years from now, you will all be 20 years old. You will be in the college, or you might have just completed your college, isn't it? So that will be the future. Alright, so the first part of this lesson, children, was about understanding what is the past and what is the future, what is the present, so that we get a clear idea about history. So whatever happened in the past is our history. Okay? So now look at this image. So what is history? So past is so big, isn't it? There are so many hundreds and thousands of years which have gone by. That means we have a lot of history to study. Can you see that person is burdened so much of weight? But we are not going to study all this history together. We will study this history in parts. Now today you are in the 5th standard. Next year in the 6th you will learn some history. Then in the 7th you will learn some history, and so on and so forth. Okay? Chalo, now let us talk about what is the meaning of history. So now we talked about what is history. Now we will talk about what is the meaning of history. So it is a science that helps us to study about the past events. So now I don't have to tell you now what the past is. We took so much time to understand what the past is. So what is history? It is a science that helps you to study about the past. You can also say that history is a record of the events of the past. It's a record of the events of the past. So history is related to the past, to the present, and also to the future. Okay? So this is history. Now what is this image? You must have seen a dinosaur in movies or on the pages of books or on TV serials. So can you see the dinosaur now? You cannot see dinosaurs walking around now like dogs, isn't it? So a dinosaur, when we study about a dinosaur, we are talking about history. Abhi, this dinosaur lived thousands and thousands of years ago. But we also talk about other types of history. See? History about how man developed. Okay? See, in the beginning, he did not have any kind of clothes on his body. And look at the kind of weapons that he had. Very simple weapons. Then we saw that he started learning the use of fire, and then now you can see how the third image he is using better weapons. Okay? So when we study about our ancestors, when we study about ancient man, we are studying about history. When we study about the invention of the wheel, we are studying about history. Okay? When we talk about how fire was made, how human beings learned to make fire, we are studying about history. When we talked about, or when we learn about ancient kings of India, we are talking, or we are learning about history. Now coming to more recent times, when we talk about India's freedom struggle, how India achieved freedom from the British, from the Portuguese, we are talking about history. All these images, all these pictures that I am showing you is part of history. So what is history? All this is history. When we talk about Baba Saheb Ambedkar, when we talk about Rani Lakshmi Bai, we are talking about history. Now when we talk about launching a rocket, see, it is not only about dinosaurs, but when we learn about how India has launched various type of rockets, can you see this rocket being launched? See, we are still learning about history because this has happened before today, isn't it? So here also we are talking about history. And when we talk about how India has launched satellites into space, INSAT, the Indian satellite, even at that time, children, we are talking about history. So today we did the first part of this lesson. What is history?
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.